Upper West Side and a small piece of Washington Heights. Very diverse and wonderful neighborhoods. I'm joined here today by my colleagues in government, as well as my neighbors, my constituents, leaders in the community, from the clergy on down to our civic organizations. And the reason we're here today is because we are calling for safety measures to be taken at the Clayton Powell Jr. State Office. In light of recent threats hurled against my office and this building, we are realizing that we have an antiquated system. We need to update our system. We need to be prepared for the changing times that we're living in right now. Unfortunately, as a result of recent elections, there are those among us who feel emboldened and empowered to attack and threaten public servants and others. And while we are not going to succumb to those tactics, we are going to protect our community.
That's right.
And we are calling for the same safety standards, or the best safety standards that are exercised anywhere, to be exercised here in the Clayton Powell Jr. State Office building. So I am calling on OGS, which is the Office of General Services that manages this building, to ramp up our security guards in this building. We need armed personnel for our Clayton Powell State Office building. It is not fair to them or the tenants they protect. It is not fair to us not to have people who are armed. We have to have processes put in place so that everybody understands what to do in the case of an emergency.
That's right.
NYPD has to have full access to this building to come in and protect its tenants when they're called. The state troopers need to be assigned to the state office building.
That's right.
In order to protect the tenants of this building. Communication has to be garnered between all of the offices. Security and safety is all of our responsibility.
Yes, it is.
And the only way we can do that is if we are communicating and if we are communicated with. So that is what we are calling for today, for the standards to change. We want it to change starting today. Make sure we have the adequate security for our garages, for our entries, for our offices. This man came into this building and threatened to bomb my office. He threatened to shoot everyone in my office. Now, bullets may be a little more contained, but we know bombs, they don't bomb just an office. Bombs mean a whole building. And we've had that in New York, we've had that history. We don't need a tragedy to happen here in Harlem.
That's right.
In order for us to respond. So I'm going to hand it over to some of my other colleagues who are here today. And I, first of all, want to thank everyone who came out today. When I see the representation here representing every level of our community, from Imam Pasha, I appreciate you so much. Mosque number 7, all the people who are represented here today, my district leaders. I see the Interfaith Commission on Housing Equity here, Reverend Curtis, Reverend Tariq, just everybody from every area. I appreciate you and I appreciate your support. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. My name is Al Taylor, representing the 71st Assembly District, which is Harlem, Washington Heights, and Inwood. And as we look around in this space, we're looking at folks that typically utilize this facility any given day of the week. And so the request that the State Center is asking is that this be made totally safe for the visitors and the residents of this property. Also, there was a conversation this morning, a mass conversation, and there seems to be some meaningful gain coming out of that, but we'll know more, and that consisted of, I don't want to go into the entities, but there are some immediate steps that are going to take place. But in the interim, we have to be safe and more than say something, do something, and know that when you walk into this space, that you are welcomed in this space. And tighter security does not mean you don't matter. In fact, you matter so much. The demand is that this place is safer. So we're here, and I'm just looking across this room of all the folks that says, not my senator, right? No, I'm gonna keep it a buck. People's like, it's what? I mean, you got people outside of the building, and you got people inside of the building like, oh, hell to the no, it ain't going down here. But also what the senator has asked for, and we stand in agreement with her, is that every state facility across the state of New York, offices such as this, have the adequate security that any other office will have. And it looks really simple. They're places that are almost like, if I can describe it, when you walk through the building, the lights come on as you progress. But other than that, down that hallway is dark, right? And we were most thinking, since I know there was something connected to that. So what we're demanding here is that this environment be made safe, not only to the electeds, but to the services that take place in here and the people that come in every day for services. So we are united in that. And I wish you just look around at each other and see the beauty of the complexion of the folks in this room and why we're here and demanding what taxpayers should get. All right?
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Assemblyman Taylor. Thank you. I'm going to call Senator Robert Jackson, but I want to reiterate and emphasize what Assemblyman Taylor said. This is not just about Senator Cordell Cleare. A lot happens in this building. We service the whole community. Office of Children and Family Services, Harlem Community Development Corporation, State Parks Department. We are housing a TPS processing site for Venezuelan migrants in this building. We don't need anybody who speaks hate, who has hate in their heart, or who wants to do something to make a point to attack and target this building. So we are concerned about the safety of everyone in this building, right down to our psychiatric center and our patients who use it. Very important. These are services that have gone on here for years, and we want to make sure that people feel safe and are protected. I want to call on Brother Robert Jackson, Senator from the North.
Thank you. So good morning, everyone. I'm Robert Jackson, State Senator, like my colleague Cordell Cleare. And most important issue is the safety and security of the people that we represent. All of you, and not only all of you, but all of the staff that works in the office building here. And in fact, they feel, based on the threats that have been made, that not enough is being done. And we want action, not 5 weeks from now, or when someone gets shot or killed. We want action what? Now! When do we want action? Now! When do we want action? Now! And I say it like that, and we give the answer is because nothing has happened as of yet, but threats. But the threats are so crazy that you have to take it seriously.
Yes.
You cannot say, oh, no. No. You have to take it very seriously. And Cordell, thank you for your leadership, along with everyone else that you've spoken to, other elected representatives, community people, that we all say, yes, this is extremely important, not only to this particular office building, the Harlem State Office building here in Harlem, but also to the other state offices around the state of New York. So, to listening to this, Governor, OGS, let's get our act together and ensure the safety and security of the people that we represent.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Senator Jackson. Well said. Safety and protection of all of our people. I want to just hear from one of our community members who was so concerned that he reached out to me from across the country and made it his business to be here today because this was so important. Imam Pasha from the historic Masjid Malcolm Shabazz here. Thank you.
Well, praise be to God. We witness to God as one that we are associates of partners, and we are people of faith.
Yes.
And we have many beautiful faiths, many ways in which we call on the Creator. our concern for all of the political people here, but certainly for our sister Cordell Cleare and their safety, and those of us who have to come here for services is very important. And I believe that with their strength and our strength, we must make sure that they're also not only safe here, but safe while they're traveling around visiting the neighborhood. So we want to make sure that we take care of these things. And God willing, for the meetings earlier this morning, I was there, and I think there will be some firm action to respect the Adam Clayton Powell State Office building that is due to security and the people who come here due to security. So we're grateful to our leader here. We appreciate her, we love her, and we give her 100% just like all of you are. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Imam Pasha. You know, my mind, when I heard about what was happening here, because no one should have to feel they are under threat, and they should believe that they are getting the maximum security. So we're not going to do too much more, but we're going to hear from our brother, Assembly Member Eddie Gibbs, who, by the way, when this incident first occurred on November the 18th, when this man first walked in here and hurled these threats at my staff and had to be taken out of here by NYPD, as I was trying to figure and sort things out, people still shaking, I just want to note that my Assembly Member Eddie Gibbs and my Assembly Member Al Taylor rushed over to the scene.
Yes.
Okay? Because that's what we do. That's what One Harlem does. That's right. So they were here instantly to see what was needed and to see how they can help. And I thank you for that.
It's exciting to see each and every one of you out here in unison to safety for our sister, Senator Cordell Cleare. It's important equally to see our sister, Aisha Sekou, to see the rep from Congressman Adriana Esbiat's office, to see everybody rally around our sister's safety. I was just thinking, as an elected official, if we don't show up, if we don't go to events, or if we don't make sure that our constituents are safe, the first conversation come out their mouth is, let's vote them out. Let's get them out of that seat, let's get them out of that office. November 18th, my sister was threatened, violence, and I'm a bit upset with the commissioner of OGS because she didn't have the audacity to come meet with us yet. But I believe if we was, or if the state building was located 2 miles south of here, and a man walk in and threaten a young lady different color than our senator, not only would they shut the building down and change the security operations, they would change the whole type of, he would shut down, period.
He'd be shut down.
I'm not that guy that sit here and say, hey, let NYPD, let OGS handle it. I wasn't raised that way. I got this, Senator. And I believe that a lot of other brothers in this community feel the same way I do. We try to respectfully wait on OGS and NYPD to respond. But best to believe, by all means, damn this lapel, damn the title. We're protecting our sister. That's right. Whether NYPD or OGS cooperate. But why we have to go that route? Let's do it the right way. Our sister needs detail. This man came and said he's gonna blow up her office. He's gonna shoot up her office. Commissioner should have been in her office the next day. But Senator, we got your back. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You know, I see so many friends here today. I want to acknowledge Pamela Green Perkins.
Yeah.
The wife of our former leader, Bill Perkins, Senator and Councilmember Bill Perkins. And I could only think what he would be saying.
Would be so nice.
I was nice with it.
We might be a little too quiet.
Yeah.
However, we're seeking change. We want there to be respect for this community, respect for the people in this community, respect for the people who work in this building. You know, I signed up for a job, and I have to go back to my staff because I remember how my heart sank when I heard my staff say to me on the phone, "I'm shaken up, but I'm all right." And I'm like, who shook you up? You know? And when she told me what happened, I was mad. I was mad. Because where I come from, you don't get to threaten nobody twice.
Exactly.
You don't get to be in nobody's face telling them what you're going to do to them. And for 20 minutes, this person carried on in her face. So we have to definitely make change in this building. And as we mentioned earlier, we are looking to the governor's office and OGS to make those changes that we discussed. And we're going to give them that opportunity. But we are also, in the meantime, prepared to go the next step.
That's right.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. We got you, and I thank you so much.
I'm Dr. Charles Curtis. I'm pastor of Mount Olivet Baptist Church down the street on 120th Greenwich. I'm here today because this is too important to miss. My friend Tariq Shaheen called me to tell me about this, so I'm here. I want to look at this from a different perspective, or it's been touched on, but the fact is that black life in this city is devalued. People of African descent are not recognized or given the type of their value minimized as opposed to other races. I was told that the person who threatened her was released. Now, if he had threatened a judge, do you think he'd be released? And maybe if someone white, do you think he'd be released? No. But that happens. It shows just how little we are respected in this city. And I'm glad that she is safe, and she must remain safe. She's a beautiful woman who works hard for her community. She goes beyond what one would expect. And so it's so very important. This person should have been jailed, held, and then sent to an institution to be evaluated. And it was clear after he comes out and he threatens somebody else. Why would a judge let him out? Well, it says to us, we got to be careful what we put on the bench. We got to stop going before people, and we are powerless to influence where they are. So we have to be very aggressive and very exacting about who gets on the bench, because they help to determine our future. You know, many blacks went to jail and were innocent. I mean, we are really not highly valued, and not only in the city, in this nation. So we have to make sure that people respect us. And this is one occasion here, and there'll be others, that if they don't respect you for being a senator, they don't really care if you're a minister, or you wear a suit, or if you're in plain clothes, or in overalls, they don't care. You're black, and we must be black and proud. Not just say it, but demonstrate it. We can't go around walking. I told something to a police chief that was Kelly some time ago. He said, y'all do more harm to yourself than we do. Well, when people see you walking around with your ass out and your breast shown, they say, what kind of people are they? People look at you and they judge a race by the women. And what I'm trying to say to you is, it's important that we not give any kind of caricature, but we have to make sure we are really proud by the way we carry ourselves. And that's so very important, not for other people, but just because of who we are. Right. We have been in this country, we have kept this country going, we are the great consumers, and we have given a lot to this nation. And we ought to make sure that we are respected. There are some races, one person told me, and I'll stop with this, he said, if anyone in my group, my race, gets picked up, he said, they will be respected because people will pay for doing what they did. We have to make people pay.
Thank you so much. I just want to recognize the office of Congressman Adriano Espaillat. His staff is here today. Valerie Jo Bradley, Save Harlem Now. This, where? Staff to Yusef Salam is here. Public Advocate. The Public Advocate, Jamani Williams' office is here. Street Corner Resources, Stop the Violence. All these organizations, we are here today, and I am very happy to have their support because we are united and that we want safety in our buildings. I want to thank NYPD too. Thank you all for being here today. Oh yes, and of course my friends at the Mosque of Islamic Brotherhood, Imam Talib, thank you so much. Questions?
Yeah. What is the level of security after it was announced, after it was made, after the event happened? Has it stepped up?
No, I will say yes and no. We have had visits from state troopers who have come to visit my office to check in on us, but in terms of security in general, we want to see more changes. This individual was released, and he actually violated an order of protection and came back again this week. 3 times he visited this building. So there needs to be communication, coordination, and we have to take this much more serious, and we need the staff. We need the right staff.
And we pay the state taxes that should be making it happen.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
What happened when